21.2 done. Some would say done and dusted. Probably just done. I've done this workout in 2017. I think I did it twice or maybe 3 times. I was competing with another guy at the time and we both, of course, wanted to win, and turns out he won. But I'm not gonna redo this year. And I've done that workout in 2017 and I've done it again in January, because on the Buffalo Tribe we did it again in our training program. And so I knew what to expect. But regardless, this workout is always gonna take a little bit of your soul. And but you can always learn from every time you do it. And so these are my few tips if you're going in for the first time or if you haven't done it as much. I think these few things can help you. The first one is that I would never do this workout by feeling. So what I mean is that I have an actual strategy. Now, a strategy is not, I'm gonna go until I feel good and then I'm gonna slow down. That's not really a strategy. What I mean is I have a proper game plan. For example, a good game plan that could work for you is, let's say, you're gonna give yourself 25 seconds for each 10 dumbbell snatch. So on the first round, you're gonna have 25 seconds to do your 10 dumbbell snatch. So that will leave you a little bit of room, like a few seconds, to catch your breath and get ready for the burpee box jump over. So you have 25 seconds to do your first 10 dumbbell snatch, and then you're gonna go into your burpees. Now let's say that you give yourself a minute 10, or a minute 20, whatever is your speed that you can maintain on the burpees. You're gonna do the burpees in, let's say, a minute 10, and you're gonna have a few seconds of cushion there before you move back into the dumbbell snatch. So when you finish the first few rounds, you wanna have a couple of seconds where you kind of compose yourself, get a few good breath, and then move in. Saving those 2-3 seconds is gonna haunt you later on into the workout. So my suggestion is don't rush one movement into the other one and try to speed it up too much, especially at the beginning, because you're going to pay for that. Now, if you need to go to the CrossFit Games, you probably don't need to hear me telling you this, you just have to go out hard. But if, like me, you just want to do the best in this workout of what you can do, I would recommend you at the beginning to make sure that you have like this small cushion of time, like just a few seconds where you can breathe, recompose yourself, and move back into the second movement. Now, let's say that you have decided you're gonna give yourself 25 seconds for each 10 dumbbell snatch. It means that on the second block, you're gonna have around 50 seconds to do your 20. So again, you're gonna go with your 20, you're gonna have a little bit of time before you start to go into the burpees. Burpees, you always have your minute 10 or your minute 20, whatever that is, and you will see that every round you're gonna start to have less rest. So you're gonna start a little bit smoother, you're gonna have a few seconds of rest, and then as the workout progresses, you're gonna start to have less rest, because you're still gonna start to get tired, and probably you're gonna start to slow down towards the bigger set, or you're gonna start to have to break the dumbbells movement, or your pace on the burpees is going to slow down. That's when you're kind of going to send it. Like after you're done with your third round, that's when you're gonna have to just grind for the last 5-6 minutes and get it done. But you don't want to get into that grindy feeling like on the second round. So on the set of 20, you don't want to just be out of breath and rush through the burpees, because that's not going to serve you. It's just going to be a miserable experience, and you don't want to have that. So my suggestion is actually have written on the whiteboard in front of you, like on 0, I'm going to start and I'm going to finish my dumbbell snatch within 25 seconds. On second 25, I'm gonna go on my burpee box jump over, and I'm gonna finish my burpees within a minute 35. And so you know where you need to go. That what is for me is having a strategy, like knowing exactly where you need to be and when. Strategies can be right, can be wrong. If you've done it before, you probably have a better idea, or if you've been training long enough, you have a better idea of what your windows of time should be for each exercise. If you train with me, come and ask me and I can help you to figure out what is your strategy of window. Or if you have your coach, you can just go and ask your coach, like, hey, what do you think I should hold as a pace? So I think that would really help you, like have a target and think one thing at a time. Because if you don't have a real strategy, you might find yourself into the round of 20 feeling like, oh my God, I'm breathing hard, I have so much work to do next, and then you get caught up into that. While if you have like a ladder that you need to follow, you know, like, all right, I've done 1, now I have to do 2, then I have to do 3, then I have to do 4, and you're just gonna think one movement and one exercise at a time. So that is my biggest suggestion before you go into this workout. Have a plan. If you know how to build it yourself, go ahead and do it. If you're one of my athletes, come to me and ask me. If you have your coach, go to your coach and ask your coach, but make sure that you know what you're doing. Next plan is, especially if you want to do a redo or if you want to have a good retirement, look after your lower back. There's a lot of hinging, there's a lot of rounding. I'm a tall, big guy, so I know I sometimes lose when I have to like go too fast. If you're not used to this sort of volume on a dumbbell, especially if you go in RX and this is one of your first workout RX, you are going to be sore tomorrow if you don't move well. So make sure that you move well. Like everything that you do, try to like just have something, like just have it in the back of your head that is going to come and like haunt you, if not tomorrow, eventually when you're 50. So be careful on the way you move. And my third tip is, you might have seen the announcement, Justin Medeiros just jumping on those burpee like a crazy guy, and that guy is insanely fit. We're not Justin Medeiros. So if you go on to the first set of 15 burpee box jump over, and you're gonna start like kick out, jump in, jump and bounce, after the first 15, your heart rate might just be over your head. It makes no sense. Just find a steady pace, get down on the burpee, step up, jump with 2 feet, land with 2 feet on the box and step down the box. You don't need to rush those first 10 burpees because you saw a game athlete doing it. He's hell of a fit, crazy guy, and we're not gonna do what he's doing. We need to do what we can do. So my suggestion is, don't get caught up into that pace on the burpees, especially early on. If you need to do that and you think you can hold on to, do that on the last 15. Last 15, all you have left, just go out and do it. But I would not recommend you to start with that pace. So these are my biggest takeaway for today. Have a plan, look after your body, don't rush those burpees. If you follow that, it's still gonna be hard, but I'm sure it's going to be better. You're gonna get a better score, and eventually you're gonna feel good about yourself after the workout and tomorrow. Hope this helps. Go out and crush the workout.